Hello everybody and welcome to The Boys Are Back. I finally got a title for it. I've just done the thumbnail for the first episode. I recorded it last night and I thought I better do a thumbnail for it while I was doing the FM20 reveal video. I thought I'd do the thumbnail as well. I hope you're excited for the FM20 Blackburn Rovers. We are doing 25 years since 2020 will be 25 years since they won the Premier League. And we're going to take them back to those glory days. But we're not worrying about that. We are worrying about Celtic and the end of FM19. We've made a lot of transfers. A lot of money have gone in and out. I think we've still made a bit of profit. We've gone foreign. Let's say that much. The lack of Scottish... The lack of British players, really, that we could have signed were low. It was low. It was horrible. So... maybe I'm looking for the summer because obviously we can sign English players on pre-contracts and whatnot because we're in Scotland. So in the summer I'll probably be looking to bring in a couple of Englishmen just to add the British quota up a little bit. I do hope that we get some good Scottish players in the youth system, in the youth intake, because like I said, most of the good players in the Premiership now are Spanish. I think there was one guy, he's called Julio Cesar. He was part of St Mirren, I think. He was their top goal scorer. I think he's gone to Everton now. If we have a look, transfer history. Julio Cesar, I was looking to see if I could bring him in because he was touted to be, he was top goal scorer last season, I think, in the Scottish Premiership. Did very well. And I was like, oh, we could bring him in. He could see they picked him up early and he's done well ever since. And I was like, I could, but he's Brazilian, and we've already signed a couple of Brazilians. So I was like, all right, we'll leave it for now because that Bailey Jones, he's our starting striker. This guy would have to be starting striker. Then he went to Everton instead, so fair enough. Fair enough. It's good that St Mirren have been damaged quite a bit. They've only brought in the one player as well. But we've made our own transfers, ladies and gentlemen. If we get off St Mirren. And we are now back for the Champions League first leg. Obviously tomorrow will be the second leg against Rangers. We got Kortrijk in the Champions League best place qualifiers. They're in Belgium. I don't know. I think they were favourites to win this first leg, so I don't know if they're good. They probably are pretty good. They got into the Champions League, so I don't know if that means they won the league last season. I literally managed in Belgium in my other one, so they got third. So they're a decent side. So it's not going to be an easy tie to say the least, but hopefully we can do it. Fingers crossed. We did play a game. We will get into the transfers in a minute. We beat Ayr United 2-0. Professional performance. It wasn't never in doubt. Bailey Jones scoring and Broadbent scoring a late goal as they were pushing forward. So that was fantastic to see. So obviously, we got. That's annoying. We'll just have to skip that game and do the Champions League and Rangers game. Right, transfers. Like I said, it's been a bit busy. It's been a busy time. We're not quite done. Our team is done. We just need to sell a couple more players, I think. But as you can see, we spent 76 million and we brought in 80 million pounds worth. So, £4 million profit. Not too bad. There's still, like I said, still a couple of players that need to leave, like Scott O'Hare, the third choice keeper. That said, who's going. James Gibbs, he's got a bid in at the moment from Tenerife, 16 million. Doras, the defensive mid, you couldn't really play centre back because he's 5'9". He's going. He's got a bid. It's quite a low bid if I remember. 7.25 mil to Sparta. His release clause was 22 million. As you can see, he's valued at 18 million. No one was interested at all throughout the summer. So I was like, right, let's just get rid of him. Free up some wage budget, get some money in. That's fine. And then Mark Oliver as well, I think, was a young lad who he's not really going to make it. So I think he's on the transfer list as well. But we have brought in some good players, like I said. The players that we got rid of, which you would have seen in the last episode. So we obviously did it from here. These from Ginchav down are the ones that we've got rid of, basically. No one got brought in when we were not here, so that's fine. Ivo Genchav, he was the right winger, so we're not going to play right wingers, so we had to go. He was a team leader, which upset a few people in the dressing room, but I would see it as it stamped my authority on the team. He went to West Brom for £20 million. £20 million was also the price for Nicolas Mokora. He went to Norwich. He was also the other winger, the Argentine who I said could possibly play in at Cam, but I saw he was fickle, and I was like, he hugs the line as well, so it's like he's more of a winger than he is a Cam. No point really trying to train him back up, especially at 28. So he's gone to Norwich. John D. Felt went to Middlesbrough for £15 million. Once again, another winger. We're not using wingers, so we might as well cash in on them. He's gone to Middlesbrough, like I said, 25 years old. And then a couple of youngsters have gone out, and David Caldwell's another one. So we got some big money moves for, and then that guy who had already arranged a transfer, was he a winger as well? No, he's a striker, 31-year-old. So I probably would have sold him anyway. It doesn't look that good. He went for £17 million in the end. So that garnered us some money to spend, and these are the players we were brought in. First up, Ibrahim Sadarovic. Brought him in a couple of days later, tore his thigh muscle. So brilliant. He's only in on loan, but he looks like a decent Cam. From Leicester, 3-star current, 5-star potential. I assume he didn't come through he came through the Grasshopper youth ranks, went to Leicester for £9.75 million. He's played sparingly across like Boa Vista in the Portuguese Prem, only one game, and then Rosenborg. He's not going to play a lot. He'll be a decent backup to say the least. And he's played 8 times for Switzerland, so can't really complain. Next up, Jorginho Diop from Villarreal, 6.5 mil, could rise to 9.25 mil. He is a centre-back. He looks like a very good centre-back. 3-star current, 4-star potential. We've brought a lot of young lads in and who have got potential. So I'm building a team for the future, because obviously we're not going to win the Champions League anytime soon. And we can buy players to win the league. Obviously, the first objective is to regain control of Scotland, basically. But I want to build a good team so we can, fight for Champions League in the future, in like a good couple of years. And that's what we've done this summer. Not like low-rated players, first-team players, but still with potential. We've brought him in from Villarreal, like I said. He's played a good number of games in La Liga, played a season in Bundesliga last season as well, and now he's come to us. So and he played a lot of games in the French league as well. Top-flight football all around, can't really complain. Blas Bauder from Valencia, £6 million. A young lad. This lad's probably going to go out on loan, because I bought one too many centre-backs. He's going to go out on loan. He's already got a bid in for him for a load of Spanish clubs, and Porto are there as well. So he's going to go out on loan, which is fine. Like, he's not registered in any of the competitions, so that's fine. 2.5-star current, 3.5-star potential. Like I said, he spent all his career at Valencia. They weren't going to lose him. He has played a fair few games in the La Liga. So, in the La Liga. So, £6 million. Can't really complain at that. Juninho Minero from Atletico Madrid. Another one from La Liga. £10 million could rise to £15 million. Once again, another centre-back. The one thing I did like is he can play, not very well, but he can play right-back. Not left-back, considering he's left-footed, but that's fine. But once again, he looks like a very, very good centre-back. Like, some of these players could have higher potential, higher stats and like heading and tackling, but that's fine. We're not going to get anyone perfect, but he's a bit of a madman, and I like that about him. I was like, oh, he's strong, he's aggressive. It's what we need in a centre-back. He's a Brazilian lad. He came through the Brazilian youth ranks. We'll go into Atletico Madrid. Plays, once again, a fair few times in La Liga, and then has come to us for just over what they paid for him, so that's fantastic. Diop was French and Bialdi's Spanish, I believe. Yes, Spanish. So, as you can see, foreign players are coming in. Francisco, another centre-back on loan from Tottenham. Once again, decent player. He's going to be probably a starting player, Spanish lad. 3-star current, 4.5-star potential. Obviously, you have to play that game of, do you want to improve someone else's player? But I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I just want to be good. Be good. We need to regain Scotland fairly quickly, I feel, and so we need players for now. So, which I've done, like I said, just players with potential as well. He's played a lot of games in League 2, Championship, and then 2 seasons in La Liga. So once again, some experience under his belt, which is fantastic. Centre midfielder this time. No more centre backs, I don't think. No more centre backs. Our most expensive transfer. Sekuto Kawada from Fortuna Dusseldorf for £25 million. Japanese centre midfielder, 3.5-star current and potential. He looks like a very good playmaker. A very good playmaker. Passing's great, technique's great, vision is great, first touch is decent, physicals are okay. He just looks like a little bit of a gem in the midfield. He's played tons of times for Japan as expected, 24 years old. He came through the Refranks in Japan before being bought for £3 million from Fortuna Dusseldorf, where he's played constantly in the Bundesliga. So a decent pickup. I feel that I don't buy many Japanese players, not because I don't like them or anything, just because I've never come across a good one. So when I saw him, I was like, have I ever? I was just sat here thinking, like, I don't think I've ever used a Japanese player on FM19. So it'd be good to see how he gets on, and that obviously boosted up kit sales as well, shirt sales, because Asian player usually do. Like Man United bought Ji-sung Park, I would say probably to buy into the Asian market. He turned out to be quite a decent player. Hyun-min Sung, he was a good player before he went to Tottenham, adds with the help of Asian markets and whatnot. So that would help as well. Got anything to garner more money because it was a big transfer. Christian Altamirano, yes, from River Plate, £15 million, could rise to £20 million. He looks like a very good centre attacking midfielder. Another playmaker further up the pitch, which is good. He's a current international for Argentina, 23 years old, 3.5-star current, 4-star potential. He can't jump. He's only 5'2". He's going to be our little Messi, I think. Hopefully he's as good as Messi. But look these stats again. 18 vision, 17 technique. Off the ball, he's decent. Flair, he's decent. First touch is great. Corners, he's decent, which is good because he's not going to be in the box from corners, so he might as well take them. And he can run for days as well, which is all fantastic. Came through the youth ranks at Lanús, went to River Plate last season for 12.75 million, and then we bought him for 15. I don't think it was a release clause. No, it wasn't, because it was 10 million plus 15, wasn't it? Yeah, so our scouts found him. I was like, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Felipe Francois from Hamilton, of all teams, £13 million. He is Belgium, 25 years old, 3-star current, 3.5-star potential. Just a solid all-round, as you can see, he's more suited to a defensive mid, but he can play that centre mid in defence. So more of a deep-lying centre midfielder, not a playmaker, which is what we needed. Concentration is fantastic. Physicals are looking good as well. Anticipation 17, teamwork 16, tackling 16. Just a good all-round player, Felipe Francois. And like I said, he came from Hamilton, who they bought from Charlie, bought from Charlie. So he'll be a decent player, and he should. He's got a fair while to be a homegrown nation player, but you know he's already halfway there, which is good. And then last but not least, we needed another centre midfielder just to finish off the team, and we got someone in on loan, Victor Pemontel from Troyes on loan. He was worth a hell of a lot of money, so I was like, yeah, let's just bring him in on loan. He's not much wages, we might as well. 26-year-old Portuguese lad. Once again, he's more of a solid centre midfielder, more of a defensive midfielder. So that's great that we got two of each, really. And yeah, he just looks like a solid player all round. Decent little backup, I feel, to have in on loan, which is mad considering he's worth £33 million. And his contract ends in the summer. So if he's any good, we might be able to nab him on a free. We'll have to wait and see. But he's been everywhere, let's say, and he's played a fair few games in the top divisions, like many of our old players. So yeah, I think that's a decent transfer window. We have got every player in position. Left wing back was a bit of a unsuccess, really, because Jamie McKenley was on the transfer list for most of it, and we just couldn't bring in a good left wing back for decent money. There was one, but he was worth like £50 million, and I was like, I'm not spending £50 million on a left wing back when he's not going to improve the squad too much. So it's him, and the other guy's injured because I don't know his name. I can't see him. He's not there. He's either injured or not in the Champions League squad. No, he's suspended. Marvin King, English lads. So he's going to be our starting one. McKinley is going to be our backup, but that's fine. McKinley is from our youth ranks, so that helps with homegrown in nation. So perfect, really. But let's jump into this Champions League and he's also natural at left wing back. I didn't notice that. Let's jump into this first leg of the Champions League qualifier. We're going to go with, I've made two tactics here, a more positive one and a more counter-attacky one. We're going with the counter-attacky one today because just to make us a bit more solid, and because we're away from home, we don't want to get smashed. I saw their favourites and I was like, okay, let's just chill out a little bit and see what we can do. I'm going to change these two central defenders on defend. I think that's the same with the positive one because we haven't really got a good ball-playing defender. I couldn't find one really. They've got decent passing, but not... I want to see like 11, 12s when it comes to ball-playing defenders. But this is the team. We're going Harren in goal, Sinclair, Peebles. I'm going to call him Pebbles, but he's Peebles. And Francisco in the back. We're doing a fair bit of rotation from the first game. I want to give everyone a go. I want to give everyone a try. McKinley and Santiago on the wing back. Santiago was wanted by Inter Milan or transfer, and he wasn't interested. He didn't want to know about Inter Milan, which is fantastic to see. Kawada and Tribotic in the centre midfield, and then Renewed and the Argentinian lad Messi in the cam role with Bailey Jones at front. Hopefully he can get another goal today to go with his league goal that he scored against Air United, I believe. Let's give you the number 3 shirt, mate, because Marvin King has got the backup number. I did 1 to 22 because Bailey Jones was number 6 as a striker, and I was like, I can't be having this. So I just redid the whole numbers of the squad, so everyone's got a decent number from where they should be, which is what we want to see. I don't really know what to say. Let's give the fans a good performance. It never really works, but that seemed like the only one to say there. Like I said, I'm not really sure how we're going to fare in today's game, because according to the media, they are favourites. But surely we should be winning. If we get an away goal, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy. Nothing has happened in the first half. We had like a free kick to Kortrijk. It went over, and then that was the highlight, over with. So I'm not too sure what to make of it at the moment. As you can see, not many chances either. So clearly our counter-attacking formation is working in a way that it should. And I'll be happy with a 0-0 draw and go a bit more positive at home. But I'd rather have an away goal, obviously. But nothing's, like I said, nothing's really happening. And we're closing in on half-time. And that should be half-time. We've played over the allotted, it is minimum added time, but we've played over it. I wonder what's happened. 0-0 at half-time, which is fine, I guess. I'm not going to say with the better team. I'm not going to say unlucky. I'm not really pleased with it either. There is something to lose. There's a place in the next round to lose. So that's pretty stupid. I'm just going to lie. And say we've been the better team. Because we have. What a lie. What an absolute lie. As there's nothing going on in the game, I might as well talk about some stuff that's happening. If you don't know, I'm over on Twitch now. I think I've mentioned it before in a video, but I can't remember. It might be in the 50 years video. I am streaming a lot over on Twitch now. We hit affiliates a couple of weeks ago, I think. And the support over on Twitch has been excellent. We're doing Espanyol over there. We're doing a save with Espanyol. Never really managed in the Spanish league. So, and at the moment, it's going quite well. As this is going out, I usually record a stream even in the day, like midday-ish. So, as this is going out on Tuesday, isn't it? So, I may be recorded on the Wednesday, maybe. Look at my Twitter. All the links for it are in the description. Have a look at my Twitter. And because I say it usually in the morning whether I'm going to be streaming or not. So that's the best place to see where I am. Francois can come on. Players haven't really had the best of games, but it's fine. Alex Rogers can come on. Alex Rogers is the Scottish lad. I say lad, he's 30 years old, but he was the one that got really upset with the Bulgarian guy going, which was a bit of a worry, but I think we've definitely replaced him quite well. Last 10 minutes, show some passion. They're frustrated with it. We've matched them. I feel like we've come to Belgium. We've played our game. Things could happen here. Broadbent with a free kick. It's lagged over the bar. I don't know. It's a good job we haven't got highlights because I don't know why it's so laggy. But nothing's happened in the game at all. So it's quite a mint game to show you, really, isn't it? Fantastic last game. The only game of the episode is fantastic. I think it's because the crowd's on for some reason, and I don't usually have the crowd on this computer because it's a different computer to what I stream on, because the one I stream on is so much better than this one. But that's full time, 0-0. I'm okay with that. We didn't concede. We didn't score. Everyone thought I'm just going to, praise the boys. Make them delighted about it. That's fine. We can go into the next game, the league game against Kilmarnock, and we can play a bit more of a rotated side. Earlier on in the Scottish Prem, I'm not too worried. Obviously, we want to beat Rangers and whatnot, but I want to see if we can get into the group stage, and then once we get into the group stage, that's when I can start concentrating on both. I feel we got a good enough backup squad to do both, have a rotation. So I'm more than happy with that, but we will end the episode there. And like I said, tomorrow's episode will be the second leg against Kortrijk and that Rangers game. We won't play the League Cup game against Sternhausenmeer. But yeah, we'll play that, and that should be a massive episode to have episode 3 in. Huge episode. But let me know what you think of the transfers. If you did like that, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.